Hey guys, it's David. Welcome to another episode of Right Politics. So, this is the day after Donald Trump announced his VP pick, which was VD Vance, which I was really excited for. Of course, I was always the one who wanted Marco Rubio to be the guy who he picks, but it just doesn't seem like that was going to be in the cards this time. What I add is a lot of what is going on in the Republican Party is based out of necessity. So it is a necessity for Donald Trump to pick a younger running mate, which J.D. Vance was actually considered for a long time, mainly because he has the right understanding of Trump policies and he would implement those types of policies if anything were to happen to Donald Trump. So what does that mean for our future as Americans voting for this matchup? Well, for instance, we have about 4 short months until the election. So that means, not to be like Kamala, who repeats the same thing, it's such a decisive decision that we have to make. It's just, I don't think that the VP was going to make too much of a difference, because who you are really voting for is Donald Trump. All of his personality, all of his enthusiasm to bring us into number 47 presidency. So who are you guys voting for? Well, I think if you're watching this channel, you're actually voting for Donald Trump. But I will say, last night at the convention, when he made the appearance coming out of the backstage with that piece on his ear from where the assassin's bullet landed, it made me think, wow, this guy's definitely got some guts, not only to come to the Republican National Convention, but to come on day one. He was originally talking about, coming a few days later, like, on day 3, because of what happened, because he had to go to all these doctor's appointments, but he still showed up and he still showed the world that he is still standing. Unfortunately, there was a 20-year-old who had to die, but it was going to be one or the other or both, and Trump is still standing, which is an amazing thing. Also, there was this report that the shooter was in a BlackRock commercial talking about making teachers pensions. I think a lot of it's on the Michael Knowles channel. That's where I saw it break. And, there's all these conspiracy theories that the shooter had some connection to BlackRock, and BlackRock wanted to take out Trump to manipulate, markets. But it would be very, very difficult to prove that. Also, how many teenagers would take the opportunity to get inside of a TV commercial and even do it unpaid? It's kind of like their 20 minutes of fame or whatever. I would say when I was 18, I actually did show up in a commercial for a public library. That's the Goodlettsville, Tennessee library, and they just needed for me to ride my bike and park it like I was entering the library. I was like, sure, because, hey, I had nothing else going on. So all of this is going to take a really big toll on the election. Joe Biden says he's going to calm down on the rhetoric. There's an interview that's coming out where they pinpoint him on him saying the words, "We got to put him in the bullseye," and if that was him sparking an assassination attempt or assassins who would have been lone wolves. It is very interesting. Also, another thing that happened last night at the RNC night 1 is I love how Tucker Carlson, although he was fired from Fox News, always shows up at Fox News events, and he was sitting on the same row as Trump, kind of like, hey, Trump's my buddy, I'm still here, even though you guys fired me, which is just really, really funny to me because I think he was the best news anchor ever. And some of the stuff he was breaking on January 6th where they booted him out because he showed the behind-the-scenes footage of them escorting these dangerous threats to democracy through, the chambers, and it was all basically staged. He was the one who broke that, so he got fired. Also, I always thought he would be serving in the second Trump administration because they're so tight, but it seems like they're just friends, which is good. It's good to have friends on your side who are not necessarily going to be in your cabinet and who do not work for you. So I'm going to watch the second night of the RNC and let you guys know how it goes. And I would say if there's going to be any changes, it's just going to be in the amount of screen time Donald Trump gets. But, he's a celebrity for all it's worth. He deserves all the screen time he needs. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great rest of the day.